Okay, now I'm gonna go on my page and make sure so I could see.
You're on the thread?
Yeah, my page. I'm fine on my laptop, but on my phone, am I using my phone?
Oh, you're on Kim?
Oh, I found it. Got it. Okay, let me just go on there. So like that, I could see the comments. It'll tell me. Okay. Yeah, there we go. And all right. Yeah. Oh, this time I was on time.
Look at there. I know my mom keeps saying, when are we going to see it? I can't see it. I was like, gotta wait till 6 o'clock.
We're on now, Mom. If you could see us, hear us live. Yeah.
Hi.
Okay. Look what my phone's doing. Yeah. No. I know, but I have to check for comments. Okay, so I don't know how many people are watching because my phone is doing, what is it called?
The circle of death.
Yes. Yes. So it's frozen. Yeah. But it's okay. We're gonna go on. So, and you gotta excuse my dog. He has a bad habit of barking.
No problem.
So audience, you guys are used to chemo. Excuse chemo. If not, my daughter lock him up in the room. So yeah, we have a few viewers for what I could see on my phone. I might have to go back out and go back in. But guys, thank you for tuning in on this Thursday evening, 8 o'clock my time, 6 o'clock Kim's time. Kim, where are you at?
Hayden, Idaho.
Okay, so she's in Idaho. So Idahoans out there, come on and watch yours truly to share her story with living with lung cancer. Unfortunately, that is our new norm. But I have Kim here. She started off as being stage 3, like me, stage 3B. And yep, try again. And then she's now stage 4. She is also ALK positive like me. And, you know, she's also living with this horrible disease that we advocate so much to bring awareness, to educate, and to stop the stigma. So, you know, Kim was nice enough to, you know, share her story living with lung cancer. She's gonna, from beginning to end. So now you're gonna see that it's not only me, but there's many of us, how we live our lives living with lung cancer, but we don't stop living, and there is hope. And then she's gonna share with us if she does any advocacy work, what she does on her end to bring awareness, and what gives her hope. Okay. Kim, it is all yours. Take it away.
Okay, well, hi, everybody. This is my first time doing a Facebook Live, so bear with me.
You're fine.
So I was diagnosed with lung cancer July 1st of 2013. And actually how it came about was I had no symptoms. I didn't have any cough that people say or any pain. Wow. Yeah, none. Now I am very asthmatic, so
okay,
you know, my breathing was always bad. I was having an unrelated pain really low down towards my ovaries, and so I thought maybe I was having a cyst or something because I did have a pain down there. Right. And for a couple weeks, and so my friend was like, you just need to go get it looked at. So I put it off because we didn't have insurance because my husband just started a new job. But I went to the hospital because the pain was just so bad. And they thought it was my appendix. Well, it turned out to be nothing. I mean, they couldn't figure out what the pain was. They couldn't figure out, you know, where it was coming from. But anyways, it was an unrelated pain, but it got me to the hospital. And they did a CT scan, and the CT scan just got the tip of the bottom of my right lung. And that's where they saw 2 nodules at that point. So the crazy thing was, there at the hospital, they never told me that that's what they saw. They didn't say anything. They said, well, you look good. You're fine. Go ahead and go home. We don't see why you're hurting or anything like that. So yeah. So I went home thinking, okay, well, it's not my appendix. nowhere in a million years did I think lung cancer. I
Right.
mean, at all.
Right.
Crazy thing was, a week later, I get a letter in the mail that said from the hospital, during your CT scan, they saw 2 nodules. So please get with a pulmonologist or somebody regarding this. I didn't know what that meant. I mean, what was that? I
Right.
got a letter. Who gets a letter?
Right.
Yeah. So I made an appointment, and he said, okay, we need to go in and we need to give you a CT guided biopsy on your nodules. So I went in on July 1st, and it was supposed to be just one of those day, you go in, they sedate you, they do the biopsy, and then in and out you go. Well, it turned out to be a disaster. I went in and they actually introduced an air bubble into my bloodstream, and it went into the chamber of my heart and actually gave me a heart attack. And so I absolutely coded on the table. My poor husband sitting out in the day waiting room, and all of a sudden he sees code blue, and he sees, of course, I don't know any of this, but he didn't have any idea that it was me whatsoever. And then all of a sudden, a chaplain from the hospital came over to him and said, we have some scary news for you. We can't revive your wife. And my husband was just shocked, just couldn't believe what he was hearing. So anyways, long story short, they finally revived me. They took them about 20 minutes, and I'm so grateful that those people didn't stop. But they broke 7 of my ribs trying to revive me. But they were doing something right, because I was told that if they didn't break ribs, they're doing something wrong. So
yeah, we did.
So
we just learned that in CPR training.
Oh yeah. So so my husband, they told my husband, prepare for her to not make it, who can we contact? And so he was scared, thinking I had died. Well, I guess technically I did. They brought me back, but I ended up being in a medical induced coma for about 3 days. Finally woke up, not knowing what the heck just happened. I had, the ventilator tubes down my throat. Finally, when they pulled him out, I kept going like this in the air, and because I couldn't talk with the tubes down my throat. So anyways, they gave me a piece of paper, and I wrote, "Is my brain okay?" And the doctor said, because I could hear them, something about she could have brain damage and this. And so I thought, oh my gosh, was my brain okay? So they checked my, they said, by the way that she's saying, is her brain okay, then she's good. So I spent about a week in the hospital. Still didn't know I had lung cancer. Still didn't know anything. For them to finally tell me, you have stage 3B lung cancer that has spread to lymph nodes. I had about 9 affected lymph nodes.
Oh, wow.
I was floored. I didn't smoke. I played the why me game, and I just couldn't believe it. I'm like, are you sure? So I spent a couple of days there in the hospital, and then I went home. Didn't start anything right away. Waited about another week, because we had to do a bronchoscopy.
Yeah, bronchoscopy.
To check my lymph nodes. And believe it or not, when they did that, I ended up having an asthma attack on the table. Woke up again with a ventilator down my throat, because I didn't code, but I was close. So I'm like, me and procedures just are not going well.
Oh no.
But I did fine with that. We found an oncologist. And he wasn't right for us. First one we went to, he wasn't right for us. He basically, he basically just said, you know, really not sure what we can do for you. It's a pretty devastating disease. My son and my husband and I sat in that room just looking at him, and him basically saying, you know, we can give you some stuff to make you comfortable.
Right.
I was like, I don't think so. I'm 42 at the time. I'm 42 years old. I have 4 children. I'm not doing this.
Right.
I'm going to fight this. And I don't accept it. I literally got up out of his office and left.
Good.
So we found a really great oncologist. And immediately he said, this was before they had the biomarker, the TKIs. I had to do traditional chemotherapy.
Yeah.
And I started it immediately. We did a real, we attacked it with everything we got. We started chemotherapy. I did 5 days a week, and then I was off for 2, and then did it again for 5 weeks or 5 days. But I did it for a total of 6 months, off and on for 6 months. Yeah, it was.
Wow.
Did 2 different chemotherapies for my first round, and then I had, can't remember the name, but they had to do the shots in the stomach. It's like Avastin or something. I did that, but I also did 38 radiation treatments at the same time.
Okay.
So they hit me pretty hard with it, but I wanted it. I wanted them to hit me with everything they got, because I was not going to lay down and take this. I was going to fight. Yeah.
Good.
So about April of 2014, my doctor said that they're coming out with new drugs, and they wanted me to get a biopsy done on my tumor to see if I had a mutation. And so I thought that was pretty exciting. Well, it came out that I was ALK positive, which my doctor said, that is great news. And I'm like, there's great news with lung cancer? Okay. So I was very excited with that. And I ended up I still was doing my traditional chemo. I had the port. He wanted me to finish that out for a month, and then I was going to start crizotinib is what I started. I started that, and I was on crizotinib, and I was doing the scans every 3 months for a while, and then they spread them out to every 6 months, my CT. But I couldn't get the insurance companies to give me any PET scans. I couldn't get any brain MRIs. I tried to get brain MRIs at the very beginning, but I couldn't get them. The insurance company says they didn't think that it was medically necessary for me to get brain MRIs. But in our ALK group that we're in, everybody there kept saying, you guys, you have to, if you're on crizotinib, you need to make sure you're getting routine brain MRIs. Couldn't get one. I got them once a year. So, which made it really hard, because I never knew if I was going to get anything. But my doctor's like, you're stage 3B, you're going to be great. You know, this is more for probably stage 4 people. Well, that wasn't so true, because in February of 2019, I went in and was blindsided by progression to brain. Ended up having over 10 mets, brain mets, one a significant size. They said golf ball size. So, but here again, no symptoms other than having a headache. I had headaches every morning. I'd wake up with them. But according to what I've read, headaches really aren't one of the first signs of brain mets. It's not, you know, something you hear. You know, usually people have motor skills or memory loss or something like that. I had none. And so I guess I'm pretty blessed to have.
Yes, you are.
To have those, and was still able to work a full-time job, not knowing I had this. So he told me, unfortunately, I didn't qualify to have brain radiation or
Mhm.
gamma knife or cyber
Right.
knife or something, because I just had too many, and they were in clusters. So they were, I had
Oh,
some on this side, some on this side, so they couldn't pinpoint it, and there was no way I was going to do the full brain radiation, which I heard some horror stories about that. So
yeah.
yeah, and I of course wasn't able to get brain surgery either to get them removed. So, but I started Electronib,
Okay.
and I heard really great things about it, and
Mm-hmm.
I've been on that for, well, let me go back. I was actually in remission on crizotinib for 5 years. I made that 5-year mark in the cancer
Wow,
world.
that's
That's big.
awesome.
So I was very, very happy about making that 5-year mark. And then was literally hit by a truck. I mean, it was just devastating news to find out that it had progressed to brain. I
Mm-hmm.
pretty much shut down for a couple days, I'm going to admit, maybe
Yeah.
even longer.
I understand. I
I
shut
just,
down too. I
yeah,
get it. I've been
you
there.
you almost get, I want to say complacent, maybe. You think,
Mm-hmm.
oh, I'm 5 years out. I feel good. I'm healthy. All my scans are great.
Yeah.
Everything's stable. Everything's clear. And then not good.
I know.
So, yeah. So then I started Electronib, and I had tremendous results from my first scan, my first brain MRI.
Mm-hmm.
Everything shrunk by 50%. So
Awesome.
that's been really good. It
Yes.
was really great. And my side effects weren't too bad. They were a little rough in the beginning. I had
Mm-hmm.
really bad muscle ache.
Yeah.
Felt like I had worked out a lot, and I was
Mm-hmm.
really fatigued, and headaches. My headaches still continue, but for the most part, 50% shrink was good.
Mm-hmm.
And
That is
but
good.
unfortunately, I haven't seen any more results. I still go in every 3 months for a brain MRI,
Okay.
and we're not they're staying the same. So they're not shrinking and they're not growing. And
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they don't know if they're still, I mean, their only way for them to know is if they go in and do a brain biopsy. And my doctor said he would not do that. He says that's just not something he wants to put me through.
Okay.
So right now we're kind of in that limbo. Do I move on to the next drug, which scares me because, there's not a whole lot out there after Electronib. So,
Right.
it's such a hard decision in the cancer world. It's such a hard decision to make. So currently we're sticking with it.
Mm-hmm.
He did think that maybe a gamma knife would be an option now that
Right.
since they've shrunk. So we're still kind of, deciding what to do there. But a couple of weeks, I noticed on my neck, up here on my neck, I have a couple of lumps.
Oh,
Not big ones, but
are they going to
some
check it?
lumps. They did check it.
Okay.
And so I'm just waiting for results to find out what it might be. They gave me a ultrasound,
Mm-hmm.
and one of them looks suspicious.
Okay.
I don't like that word in
I
cancer
know.
world.
I know.
But yeah, so we're just going to wait and find out what the next step is from there. And if it's a third progression, it's scary. So I'm hoping it's not, but if it is, then we move on to the next drug, and I'm not sure how to pronounce it. It's starts with an
Loratinib.
L. Yes,
Loratinib.
yes. That would be the next drug.
Yes. And
Now,
then
if I'm
after that is clinical trials.
Yeah. So that's where I'm at that that crossroad where, okay, no, I don't have, my brain meds haven't grown anymore. They're kind of still where they're at. And my lungs have looked great. They're still stable. There hasn't been anything in there since 2013.
Good. Thank God.
So, the decision to not sure what to do is, my daughter's crawling under the table.
That's okay. I got my dog on top of me. You're fine.
I just, all of a sudden in the corner of my eye, I see this kid crawling across the floor. She's a teenager too. Anyways.
Funny. My teenage daughter just left for work, so. Oh, that's right. I forgot Sherry. Yeah, Sherry's on. She said brigatinib. Thank you, Sherry. I totally forgot about brigatinib. That's another one.
Yes. Now,
yes.
I was told that one and Electronib, and now I could be wrong. Are they, if you're on one, you can't be on the other?
No, that's not true. I don't think so.
That's not true? Okay.
I don't think so. Is that true, Sherry? Sherry's watching. I don't know. Celia from Canada and Sandy said hello. And then a Julie Clark said, love you, Kim. Christy Lopez says, you are a rock star.
Oh, love you.
Lisa Moran from Colorado Springs, she's checking in. Thank you, Lisa. And Lauren Jenkins says, such a warrior. So
that's my daughter.
Is that okay? Hi, Lauren. Yeah, Lisa. I don't know if Lisa's ALK positive. Sherry, are you ALK positive? But anyways, can she take brigatinib after alectinib? I think you can. I'm you can. Yeah. So where I went. Oh yeah. So Sherry says she went from alectinib to brigatinib.
Okay.
Thank you, Sherry. So,
Thank you, Sherry.
So yeah,
See,
I'm still
learning too. I'm still learning.
Yes, of course.
I mean, I was stuck in that crizotinib world for 5 years, thinking that I had it. I wasn't going to move on to anything else. I was pretty much cured, and it surprised me.
Yeah, I know. It's difficult. I was the same way when mine came back. So, Kim, when were you diagnosed?
July 1st of 2013.
Okay, so you were diagnosed almost a year before me. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You made your 5-year mark, your 5-year cancer anniversary. Yeah,
I did.
awesome.
In fact, we celebrated it, and then 6 months later, found out I had progression to brain. I'm like, so close.
Well, wait, mine was November 20th of 2014. I kind of celebrated. I gave my testimony at my church in front of, my congregation, and my husband, kids were there. And the next day, I had to go for a CT scan and an MRI. So the 21st, I get up, and I swear I got a Bible verse in my head that morning, which I didn't understand what it was. And it was, no form against you shall prosper. And I was like, okay, why am I getting this Bible verse? So I text my pastor. So, and I told him about it. I go get my MRI, my CT scan. So I made 5 years. The following week, 2 days before Thanksgiving, I was told I had reoccurrence, and I had 2 small spots in my brain. So I made 5 years.
You made it. That's right, girl. That's good. High five. That's great.
High
in the
five,
cancer world.
So, and I know how you felt like, because I got, I'm thinking, okay, no, I have faith. I'm going to go through this, but we're still human. And I found myself crying a lot. So I understand. Where one of our ALK sisters, Crystal, was in Florida for a whole month in January. And so she goes, we need to come out here. And I was supposed to live for a few days. I ended up staying a week because blizzard or a snowstorm in Chicago. So my it got canceled, then it got delayed. So I still like 2 or 3 extra days. But that did me good. I got away. We just walked around. I just sat in. It was me time. I didn't do no sightseeing, no nothing. It was just for me to get away. And that helped a lot. It really did. But I know exactly how you felt. Trust me.
It was a big shocker, and I think it was more of a shocker to my husband. I mean, it's funny how, well, not funny, but our caregivers, the amount of things they go through. I can't even imagine. I mean, yes, we're the ones that are going through it. Yes,
Yes.
we're the ones fighting for our life. Yes, we have to go through the sickness. I mean, I don't know if you did traditional chemo, but
Yes, I did.
I was so sick at the beginning that I was so tired, and I
Yes.
lost all my hair. And
Yes.
I remember thinking, if I lose my hair, it's not going to be that big of a deal. I'll be okay.
Mhm.
It was a big deal. When it started coming out, I was very, very upset about it, very sad. But
Yeah.
I remember one time after radiation and chemo, I just came into my kitchen and I was so exhausted that I just sat down on the floor, in the kitchen floor, in the dark. And my son had come over to visit. I have grown kids and then a couple of children that are still at home. And he had come over and he says, "What's the matter?" And he literally had to help me off of the floor because I was so exhausted and so tired, you know. But
I know.
it was some dark days there, but you know, all my family has, I mean, my oldest daughter sat in the hospital with me when I coded on the table. You know, she was there. My parents came. I've had such an amazing support group, my faith, my family, and I have, well, before I say that, before I talk about that, sorry, I'm ahead of myself. What I was saying about caregivers is that my husband feels so helpless. He said, "I can't fix you. I can't fix you." And that's his biggest cross to bear. He says, "He can't fix me." And men are fixers, you know? And he struggles with that. But, you know, look at us. We look so great for being stage 4 lung cancer.
Stage 4 lung cancer. We look amazing.
I know.
I just went to go get my hair done, girl. Fix it up a bit. We look great.
I know. You'd never, you know.
You can never tell.
You never know what people are dealing with, you know.
Right.
You just don't know.
Right.
But my friend Jim Morrison, you know him from, he's got a different mutation. Yeah. He's in our town. He's close friends to us. And he always says it's really important to have those 3 F's. He calls them his 3 F words: faith, family, and facility.
Yes.
I don't know if it's those exact order. Don't kill me, Jim. But
I think he'll understand. Yeah, Jim is awesome. Really, I love Jim.
Yeah, isn't he great?
Yes.
Funny story about him. I read his first book when I was doing radiation treatments when I was in the waiting room, and I wasn't sure if he was alive. To be honest with you, I was new to lung cancer. At that point, I think he was something like 7 years out. Something.
Oh, wow. He's
survivor.
Wow.
Yeah. At that time, and I remember emailing him saying, "Hi," because I got it off the book. I was like, "Hi, I'm not sure if you were, you know, still able to get these emails," but I was really saying, "Are you still alive?" You know, I just wasn't sure. And he emailed me right back, and he came over, and we've been fast friends since. So.
That's awesome. That's a blessing. That is awesome.
Yeah.
Now, Sherry said, she's Alky too. She said, "Be sure to take another biomarker test or spacewalk." That's a.
Is that the spacewalk? Is that the blood biopsies that they're doing?
No, I'm gonna ask her right now. Spacewalk before switching TKIs.
Okay.
To know loratinib or brigatinib. Okay. All right, Sherry. You know I'm very knowledgeable, but I haven't heard of spacewalk. So educate us, Sherry. What is spacewalk?
I think I've seen that on the ALK site. Somebody posting about
the spacewalk.
About the spacewalk. I don't know much about it. I'll have to look into it too.
Yeah, well, if Sherry could probably educate us. And Sandy's watching. Jim's watching because we love you, Kim.
Oh, I love you guys.
Oh, what about me, Sandy? You and Jim gonna leave me out? And then Julie Clark said, "What an inspiration you both are." Thank you, Julie.
Oh, Julie's great.
And Sherry said, "Yes." Yes to what? Oh, blood test. Yes. Okay.
Mhm.
Thank you, girlfriend. Yeah. So, a blood. I mean, I don't know. This is another word for it. I can't even think of it right now.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's a biopsy through the blood. But I never heard of space.
Yeah, and I was talking to my doctor about that the other day. I was asking him, is it possible, because my brain tumors aren't shrinking, and they're kind of like at a standstill, is it possible that maybe my cancer hasn't gone away, like it's reoccurring again, maybe in my neck, or it's still active in my
Right.
brain, but could it be possible that I become have another like
Right.
TKI or
Right.
issue? And I don't know if that's a possibility. You know, I have heard some people have an Alchemy mutation in the was it whatever TGRF or whatever gene it is.
EGRF.
Yeah,
EG.
EGRF. Yeah, you know that
Am
guy.
I saying it right? Yeah, it's EGRF, right? Yeah.
EGRF.
I had to stop and think too. Yeah.
Yeah, and for people that don't understand this, what we're talking about, if they're on here, they don't know the cancer world. We are blessed to have this medicine that what it does is it attacks that cancer. It attacks that tumor. So the chemotherapy that I did prior, that just goes through your whole body, and that just kills whatever through the whole body. This is just pinpoint, you know, which is nice. It just pinpoints that exact gene that we carry.
Right. Yeah. So let's see. Okay. Alyssa from New York. She goes, "We love you too, Juanita." Of course, I know.
Oh.
Lauren Jenkins says, "I love you, Grammy," and then Cal, and then, Sandy goes, "Never, Juanita. Love you too." Says, "I know. I'm just playing." And then Bobby Joe said, "Kimmy is my sister, and we are all so proud of her. She's a warrior," and a bunch of hearts.
Oh, thank you, sis.
And then she says, "Love you, sis, all the way around." Oh, that was
all the way around. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I have a very big family. I have a lot of support.
You're blessed. That's a blessing. Yes. Yes.
I do.
So Kim, do you do any advocacy work? Are you thinking of doing advocacy work? I mean, and to what extent are you doing it? Are you just doing like in your area, or are you like me and a bunch of other ones that were involved in everything under the sun? So sit down, Chemo. So I advocacy work like.
Yeah, I envy you guys going all over, you and Gina and all of you gals. I did make it to the first longevity conference.
Oh,
I think I sat at your table. I think you and I, it was our first year. And I think you and I, was it the first year you went, 2014?
Yes. No, the first, I was diagnosed in 14. I went 15.
15. Oh, me too. 15. That was the first year I went, because I had already gone through all my treatments. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I believe you and I were at at a table together.
Oh, really? Oh, girl, when we were talking about over 5 years ago. I can't even remember what I did last week.
Right? Chemo brain. Anyways, so I appreciate all that you guys do, and it's so great. When I first was diagnosed, Jim, that we were talking about, he has a cancer group that's been great. And at one point we were meeting at a church, and we would tell our stories, and people would come in, and then we would stay after and answer questions. And I did connect with a couple of people there that I started helping along their journey, you know, being scared and not wanting to, you know, pretty much when people hear you have lung cancer or hear they have lung cancer, they think, well, it's one of the deadliest diseases. I'm not going to make it, and I'm just going to call it quits. And I wasn't going to let that happen with a few people, because so I did reach out to a few people, and then just recently I've reached out to someone, and we just had coffee. I had a coffee date, and they talked to me about their cancer. I didn't know that they're here. They live in Spokane, which is real close to us. So I was able to meet them and talk to them and give them a bunch of advice. So I'm doing little things. I wish I could do a lot more. I really do.
No, but it's okay. You start off what you could do, and you'll get there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll definitely get there. Well, that's great. I mean, you're still you're still advocating, you're still doing something. It might not be all over the place like us, but it's in your community, in your state,
Yeah.
in your surrounding
Yeah.
area. So that means those people need you.
Oh, I think you're frozen.
So
Oh, there you
that's
are.
amazing.
Yeah.
That's absolutely amazing. So you keep,
Yeah.
and just keep helping them people. You know, here I'm in Northwest Indiana, and I know there's a lot of people that are diagnosed with lung cancer, but I can't seem to reach out to them. So I envy you guys that have these groups and you can reach out to them. I can't. No matter
Yeah.
what, they tell me, Juanita, can you talk to so-and-so? Juanita, can you talk to so-and-so? But I reach out to them and I just can't. That's great that you're doing that. You keep doing that.
A lot of people just don't feel that they need help. They don't
Yeah.
feel that they want, they're going to carry this burden themselves. And
Yeah.
that's the wrong thing to do. I was blessed to have my family. I was blessed to have my faith. And I was, listen, I still had I still have children I have to raise. I've made it to be able to see my son get married. My daughter had already been married. I'm here to see, I have 3 grandchildren now. My daughter has 2, my son has 2, and my daughter has 1. So I have a lot to live for. Lots to live for.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see. Alyssa, Sherry, so after you could go back like on my page and you could see it because it's going to be on the page.
Okay.
Sherry put a link so you could go in there and look for the
spacewalk.
Yeah.
Great.
And Alyssa said, I was at the table with Juanita her first time at home. Yes, we were. She goes, so maybe we were all together.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then Bobby Joe said, Mom said, I love you.
Aw.
I'm so proud of you, and so is your daddy. And then Alyssa goes, little things are important. Yes, little things are important. That's what I'm not be big like us, but what you're doing in Idaho, in your surrounding area, in your city or town, whatever, you keep doing that. You keep giving people hope. You inspire them, and don't let them give up. I don't care what they tell you.
I tell you, I would, you know, if I can give anybody advice when they're first diagnosed with this.
And I was just going to ask you.
Yeah.
I was just going to ask you, that was the next thing. So tell us, what gave you hope and continue to give you hope during your journey? And what advice can you give not only to newly diagnosed, but to people like me that, you know, kind of struggle, to Alyssa or Sherry, you know, we might have some bad days.
Yeah. Well, allow yourself to have a bad day.
Yeah.
That is the biggest thing. I think we put too much emphasis on, we have to be strong. Well, you know what? I don't want to be strong all the time. I mean, it's okay not to be strong all the time. And I think people try to put too much, or not people, but you put too much pressure on yourselves to think, well, I have to be strong and I have to do this and I have to do that. I agree, you need to be strong to beat this, but allow yourself to have those days. I would have those days that I would shut myself up in my room and I'd cry. I didn't want to talk to anybody. I did the why me, woe is me. But the key is to pull yourself out of that and think, okay, is this how I'm going to have my children see me if I don't make it? Are they going to remember that I sat in a corner and cried myself in sorrow? I wasn't going to do that. I refused to do that. And every warrior is a fighter. So, you know, you're going to get up and fight. But what I'm saying is allow yourself to have those bad days. Allow yourself to have them. And for us that have had it for so long, it's scary. I think I'm scared now more than I was almost when I was first diagnosed, because I have progression and I don't know what's going on with my neck. So I get afraid. And I think that because we've had progression, that we do need to make sure our doctors are taking us serious, you know, not being more complacent. It's important to get answers, find out why we're progressing. Don't be afraid to demand, hey, I wish I would have demanded more brain MRIs. Would it have helped? I don't know.
Yeah.
But you know, there's a lot of what ifs, and again, don't live by those either.
Right,
You know, because
right.
they'll eat you up.
Yes.
And pray. I mean, just pray. I can't tell you, Kaylin. I'm sorry. Just pray. I mean, if you can give it all to him, I mean, really, listen, that pain I was having down by my appendix, that wasn't just a coincidence.
No.
That was, get to the hospital. You have a deadly disease that we need to get,
Yes.
somebody needs to take a look at.
Yes.
And I believe that saved my life. That has
Yes.
saved my life, that pain. And we don't,
Yes.
and I never had the pain after that, ever. So if you believe
Yeah.
in stuff like that, I really believed it was a sign. So,
Yes, it was definitely. And yeah, and I'm glad you brought up praying, because prayer is powerful, and especially when there's 4 more gathered.
oh my gosh.
And I know that you mentioned fear, but I'm just going to share something with you. My pastor has been preaching about the spirit of fear. That's not God. God gave us a spirit of fear. So as one sister to another, and I get it, because, you know, just today, earlier, I don't know why, but I was watching the news, and I just felt, you know, with everything going on with the virus and everything that's going on in the world,
Oh,
I felt
yeah.
that fear, and I just felt uneasy.
Yeah.
Even my husband's like, you know, sometimes we just got to shut it off. I'm like, you're right. So I was looking forward to this because it gets my mind off things. But if we allow the spirit of fear to take over, and then nothing's going to happen, we're not going to let our faith heal us. Because I
Right.
believe, Kim, your faith, you say you're faithful, you know, you're a woman of God. Don't let, and I know it's hard and it's easy for me to say, but if I could do it, you could do it. Don't let
Right.
the fear take over. When you feel that, when you're
Yeah.
on or whatever, and you start feeling, because you're thinking about this, you know, the bumps here or the nodules or whatever,
Yes.
your brain, I'm telling you, go put some worship music on, or just go, you know what I found on, and it's like meditation, but it's like, you know, for Christian, it's half hour, an hour, 15 minutes, whatever. Put that on, just sit there, close your eyes and pray, like meditation, you know, like
Yeah. Yeah.
pray, praise him. When you feel that fear, start praising him. When I feel that, I start saying, thank you, Lord, you are worthy, my God. I walk around here by myself, and because I feel that,
Yeah.
and believe it or not, I start to
Yeah.
feel better. So he didn't
Yeah.
give us the spirit. So when you
Yeah.
from now on, do that. Praise him, him, and trust him. I mean, I know human. We're all humans. I feel that way too. But
Yeah.
when that feeling overwhelms you, do that, and I promise you're gonna feel better. And then I'll get a message from you and say, "Hey,
You're right.
but it really it does." And
Yeah.
then get a word. You know, start reading. Read. Just open. I open the Bible and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna read today. I want to read First Timothy, whatever chapter. I just start reading. And
Yeah.
sometimes I don't get it, because maybe it's not meant for me to understand. But still, just reading it, it just helps me. Or, you know,
Right.
books that says, God bless you. It says daily devotions, and it usually gives you a scripture, and then it breaks it down what that scripture means, or like an example.
Yeah.
Here, girl, buy that, and it's like each day read it. That's what I do. I'm behind actually, so I always if I'm behind 2-3 days, I read the whole thing like in one. I catch up. God bless you. But yeah, just do that, and don't let that spirit of fear try to over.
Yeah. And it's funny how quick it can take over if you
Yes.
allow it.
Yes.
I sometimes I'll be in the shower and I'll be like, pull it together, Kim, pull it together.
Yes.
And I'll literally be saying those words out loud,
Yes.
like, get it together. You're fine. You've
Yes,
got
there
this.
you go.
You've got this.
Yes,
And then
there
I
you go.
come out and I see my beautiful kids, and I thought, I'm going to be at your graduations.
Yes,
I'm
there
going to be
you
at your
go.
weddings.
That's
I'm going
it.
to see my kids have more kids.
Yes.
And my husband,
That's what I'm
going to
talking
grow
about.
old with him if he likes it or not.
Yes, there you go. See, now you're talking. That's how you should be
Yeah.
every day.
Yeah.
Speak those words into existence. What is one of the Bible verses says? Life and death, you know, lays in the power of our tongue. Speak life. And
Yeah.
speak life. You speak that every day. I'm going to see you grow up. I'm going to, like my granddaughter, I tell her, I'm going to be there for your quinceañera. When you turn 15, I'm going to throw you a big party. I'm your quinceañera. Your grandpa and your daddy going to dance with you. Grandma, Juanita's going to dance with you. I do. I say that. I say that I'm going to meet more grandkids. So, you know, kids, I tell my kids, I need more babies. They're like, we ain't going to have no baby right now, Mom. You're crazy. I look forward to that, and I speak.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
You know, and I said, you know what I tell God? I said, Lord, I haven't seen every land on this earth. I cannot go until you bless me traveling, and I stepped on every land that I've always wanted to visit. And when I do it, then I could go happy.
Yep.
I got to go to Tahiti, girl. That's my vacation. I got to get to Tahiti. So you continue doing that. You're right.
Yeah, and you know, I've had many opportunities to not be here. In fact, I shouldn't be here with what happened to me. And I know that God's got a plan for me. He does.
Amen.
I don't know what that plan is. And sometimes I say, what is the plan?
Yeah.
What is it? You know, tell me, because I feel like, wow, I just had so much. But I mean, if I didn't die that one day, and I'm sure I'm stubborn. So this hard-headed stubborn girl,
I love that.
Really, you know, is it's going to take a lot more than that to get me.
That's right. See, you're the. I love it. I love it. You keep it up. And whenever you feel I'm trying to get back on my phone to see the comments, and my phone's freezing up. So we're just gonna go back and once we're done, you could go back in and look in the comments, and you can answer because I'm trying to get back on, but
that's okay.
So when I'm on this side of the house, the internet just really sucks. It really. Yeah. Okay. I think I'm back on. Hopefully it'll. There we go. Okay. Let's see. Okay, I can't see all the comments. So, Gail, I'm starting out Gail. So if I missed anyone out there, I'm sorry, guys. My phone keeps acting up. She says you are an inspiration to so many. And
Thanks,
then
Gail.
Alyssa said, me too. And Alyssa's a 20-year survivor. It's gotten better, but I went through it. The more years I was surviving, the scarier I was to get it back. Now I'm at a calmer place. And then she says, the universe works in mysterious ways. And then she goes, I believe. And then Sherry goes, agreeing for great results for you. Thank you, Sherry.
Great. Yes, thanks.
Yeah, so it froze again. So if anyone commented before or after, I have to go, and this phone's crazy. But yes, yeah, so wow, your story is very inspiring. Very. I mean, I don't think I've interviewed anyone that actually flatlined, you know, because and your story is going to touch so many people and inspire so many people and give so many people. And that's why I do this, for them, you know. And if we got, you know, a few viewers now, they'll come back and they'll watch it later. When I used to do it on Facebook before they took out that option to add somebody, you know, I would have some on there, but then when I went back, oh my God, I would have like 500 views, because people, you know, if they're working or they're busy, I would get more views because everyone should be home and not out in the streets. So maybe they're stocking up. Oh, I lost her.
I'm here.
Oh, there you go.
My phone's telling me.
So yeah, they'll come back and they'll watch. And you guys out there, share this video. Share it, because her story is inspiring. And
thank you.
Need to hear her story, what she's gone through living with this horrible disease. So please share this. If you know someone that has something similar to Kim, you know, tag them in it. If you have questions, you know, she could find her on Facebook, message her, friend request her, you know.
Hey, if anybody just wanted to talk, I know sometimes cancer can be lonely. Cancer can be very lonely. You lose friends, you lose people don't know how to talk to you. So if there's somebody out there that needs someone to talk to,
that's right,
I'm here.
Kim is there, so reach out to her. And whenever you feel like that, Kim, you know, we all go through that discouragement, and you just
Yeah.
gotta uplift each other. If you ever feel like that, you just feel like, okay, God, where are you? You know, just,
Yeah.
shoot me a message. I'll call you and I'll pray with, I'll talk to you and pray with you on the phone.
Thank you. You too. Really. That means a lot. Thank
Oh,
you.
you're welcome, sweetheart. So, well, thank you, Kim,
Yeah.
for sharing.
Thank you for this
Thank you
opportunity.
oh,
Appreciate
honey,
it.
you're so welcome. And thank you for giving us some advice and hope. And it's just, your story has been amazing. And I can't wait to, well, yeah, I have to save it and leave on my page, but I'm also going to put it on YouTube. So,
Okay.
so you guys, if, again, it'll be on YouTube, on my YouTube channel. If you know someone that doesn't have Facebook and these videos would help them out, please tell them all my videos are on YouTube as well. And if you need my YouTube channel, message me, because I don't know what, I have to look it up. Yeah, I have to look it up. Okay, before I leave, Regina, which is Lisa's aunt. Hey, Auntie Regina, she says, very inspiring. And thank you, ladies. And Julie Clark said, thank you, gals. You guys are so welcome. Thank you guys for
Yes, thank you.
and listening to us, and, listening to her amazing story living with lung cancer. And please, again, share. And let's educate people and bring awareness of this
Yes.
disease. We matter.
Yes.
We want to live longer.
Yes, we do.
Research matters. We're two young, beautiful women of God living with lung cancer, and we're fierce and we're warriors.
That's right. Ooh, you said it perfect.
Well, thank you. Okay, my love. Well, thank you. You have a good night. And thank you guys for watching. Love you.
Thank you.
And
Love
stay
you.
safe. Stay inside. Stay away from people.
Oh yeah, my husband has me on lockdown, I'll tell you.
Yeah. Yeah, I closed my gym. So I think I went out a couple times, and then Crystal, our elk sister, she would call me and she's like, why are you doing out? You're supposed to be inside. I said, girl, leave me alone. I had to go buy bread and milk. So yeah. So I've been pretty much kind of, in the house too, but honey, I have to go out, even if it's a ride to walk to the store and come back. Yeah. I'm delivering my jewelry today. That's what she was yelling at. Oh. Because if they live in the area, I drop jewelry off, and then I mail the jewelry out to them if they buy and they live far. So I mail. I was doing that. So yeah, she was yelling at me, but I came home. So have a great evening.
Be safe.
Yes, God bless you, and we'll talk soon, and hopefully, I'll see you. I think that they changed the Longevity Hope Summit to August. Hopefully, I'll see you in August.
I would love to go. I have only gone the one time. I haven't been able to afford to go, but it's in my bucket list to go again. Next time
do the Survivors Challenge.
Yes,
I've got to do it.
I need to. Yeah.
I wonder if it's not too late. Maybe reach out to Katie and ask her if it's not too late.
Yeah, I'll do that.
It's postponed, so you might as well try it.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks for the advice. I'll do that.
Oh, yes. Okay, sweetheart. You have a good. Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Bye, guys. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.